Hey everyone, I'm your host, Rae Irelan, and you are listening to the Soul Aligned podcast, where we help high achieving leaders and driven visionaries do what you love and live your purpose. So, welcome to episode 12. Today, we're going to be talking about being grateful for what you already have. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you will have even more to express gratitude for. That is a quote from Zig Ziglar. And my favorite and most difficult tool sometimes is gratitude. Gratitude is the highest frequency that we can experience as humans. And I think we can all agree that it feels like $1,000,000, right? The hardest time to remember the practice of gratitude is usually when we're feeling low, frustrated, we're suffering, we're angry, we're sad. And of course, this is when the practices are most important. And keyword practices, because when you're in those lower periods of time, whether it's 5 minutes or 5 days or 5 months, it can be really, really difficult to feel that vibration of gratitude and to come into a new state of being. So because we can't always control the different valleys of life that we go through, those like lower dips, those harder times in life, we can't control when they come or how intense they're gonna be. I found myself setting up my daily life with gratitude practices so that way I can create sustainability and consistency of this feeling of gratitude and all that gratitude can bring. And so this has been one of my biggest keys to my success and really looking at holistic success in my life. And so this is why it's so important that I'm sharing it with you today. I think so often I can get caught up in thinking, well, there's gratitude all over. Like, there's so many people teaching about gratitude and talking about it and just kind of putting a smile on. And so there is a big difference between pretending gratitude, right? And just putting that smile on and being like, okay, all is good. Yeah, we're great. No, that's spiritual bypassing. Let's talk about the real gratitude, where you feel it in your bones, like the gratitude that wells up from the bottom of your stomach and rises all the way up and then expresses itself maybe even through tears or this like uncontrollable laughter. That kind of gratitude, that is what I'm talking about. And so it can be a very extreme emotion. So how can we bring it into our daily lives without feeling like we're on this roller coaster of life, right? There's some key things that I've found while studying and practicing this for many years. So that's what I want to show you today. So I have my top 6 gratitude exercises that I'll be sharing today. Of course, again, it's great to just feel gracious and be in that state of gratitude as much as we can. And yet these practices are a little bit more for like daily life. How do you feel gratitude throughout every day? How do you feel it throughout every week? What about every year? Can you imagine what that would really feel like? So the number one practice that I love doing, or the first one that I'm going to be sharing with you, is the gratitude list. And this is really for the mind. So we're going to be going through, what these gratitude practices are also for. So this one specifically is for the mind. And when we're creating a gratitude list, you can do it in a journal, you can do it on a mirror, you can create gratitude lists on sticky notes that you end up posting around your home to remind you of all that you're grateful for. So another thing I like to do sometimes is, if I had my phone, I'll show you, put a gratitude list as my screensaver, the backdrop of my phone. So every time I open my phone, how many times a day do we do that? Hundreds. When you open it, you get to see that gratitude list. So the gratitude list comprises of the things that you are grateful for in your life. And this can be anything that you're grateful for. So maybe I'm like, oh, I love this fluffy pillow. I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for this house that I get to live in. I'm grateful for my family, my loving boyfriend. I'm grateful for my friends, right? These are some awesome kind of bigger things besides the pillow. But we can go into these smaller items as well, like the pillow, or like, wow, I'm so grateful that I have enough oxygen to breathe right now. I'm so grateful that I'm alive today. How many people didn't make it this morning? Truly, they didn't make it. You're here watching this video. You're alive, you're breathing. You can have deep gratitude for that. What about gratitude for the clothes that you wear? Gratitude for the water that you drink? You know, there's so many things to be grateful for, big and small. And I think a lot of times we can forget about them, and that's human. We don't have to be hard on ourselves or, down or frustrated about that fact. That is human. And so if we can create more lists and put them in places where we are reminded of those lists, can be really helpful. All right, tip number 2, the gratitude shower. I love this one. I started implementing this gratitude shower probably about 5 years ago. And so we all take showers, or hopefully in some sort of way. When you're in the shower, there's a feeling of receiving that we get to experience. And so we're standing under the water, the water's coming down on you. It's a feeling of receiving. It's a very sensational experience, right? And so what I like to do is while I'm in the shower, and usually I do this in the morning to start the day off, I like to really imagine that gratitude or love or whatever I'm really needing. Maybe it's I'm really needing like some supportive people, helpful people in my life. I'm imagining they're coming to me and I'm feeling grateful for that constant flow of helpful people coming to me. Maybe it's money. I've sat and stood in the shower so many times, my hands up and like this, and I just imagine gold coins falling onto me, and they're a little bit softer, right? Or like lots of like money, gold, all just pouring over my body. Maybe it's just love, whatever your thing is that you're focusing on. When you get to feel it on your physical body, feel that it's coming onto you, it can really help you kind of skip some of these patterns that we go to into saying, no, you can't. No, you're not going to have that. It won't be consistent, all of these beliefs, because the water is just flowing. So this is a great exercise for your actual physical body to experience that gratitude. Okay, practice number 3 is gratitude expression. So my favorite way to do any sort of expression of gratitude, I do this not always because I'm feeling grateful. The expression doesn't always have to come after. You can actually trick yourself. Again, these are like tools and tricks, right? To kind of get you around some of the traps that we set up for ourselves to not experience gratitude. We'll go into that later. But sometimes you can actually use expression to shortcut. So you can go into the expression and from there feel the gratitude. So a lot of times I like to do this with music and dance. So if I'm feeling a little bit low, and then especially if I'm feeling high and I want to just kind of raise that vibration, if I go on to my stereo and put on some of like the best like good feeling music, and it changes depending on the day. Sometimes it's like this beautiful opera and I'm like dancing ballet in my living room. Sometimes I just want to like rock out to some Rolling Stones, right? Whatever that feeling is that you are looking to receive gratitude and just expansion and play, I put that music on and I just let loose, let myself be free. And songs are like usually 3 to 5 minutes. That's not that long to practice getting yourself into a higher state of being. So I know a lot of times like I won't even do it because I'm like, oh, I don't have time. Okay, well that is BS, right? Like who doesn't have time to be living their best life, living their dream life and stepping into gratitude? Like none of us, right? I think we complain more than actually just doing this thing. So put on the music, dance, get in your body, sing your favorite song, Girl, put your records on, play me your favorite song. Like, just have fun, just play. So expression that is connecting to a way that you can use your body, use your voice to share the gratitude you're experiencing. All right, number 4. Aren't these awesome? I love these. Like, even just sharing them feels good. So I'm sure you're on the other side receiving it. Like, see if you can really receive these tools and these messages and this download that's coming through straight to you, for you, because you're here for some reason, for a specific reason, watching this to bring it into your daily life, bring it into your day. Gift yourself that. You're so worth it. Okay, back to step number 4, gratitude meals. So this is for your health, and you can use any meal, whether it's a snack or a big meal or even a glass of water, and you share in gratitude for where the food came from. So, sometimes that can look similar to maybe a prayer over your food. Or, it can be as simple as like, wow, thank you for being here and bringing all this nutrition to me. I always love to kind of go back even further. And so I start with like, wow, thank you for the food that's here. Thank you for all the hands that brought this food. So then I think about it and I'm like, okay, who cooked this food? Maybe it was me. I'm like, wow, good job, good meal, thank you. But then I'm like, okay, well, who went to the grocery store? Maybe it was my friend that went to the grocery store. Oh, thank you so much for getting this food. What about the grocery man who took it from the truck into the store? Thank you for getting that food there. And you start backtracking. It goes all the way back to the farmer that planted the seed, or whatever you're eating. And it's such an amazing practice because you get to experience the life of the food that's sitting in front of you that is now going to nourish you and bring more life to your life. And what are you going to do with that energy? You're going to go out in the world and share it, or go to your family and share it, whatever that looks like for you. And so gratitude meals with any drink, with any food, even a little snack, and see how it actually affects your health, your nutrition, your body image, your weight. There's so many studies coming out around intuitive eating. And this is basically like the first step of intuitive eating, right? It's just loving your food. And so just notice how it makes you feel and how your body really pulls out the nutrients to use it in the most effective way. All right, step number 5, or tool number 5, is gratitude friendships. So gratitude friendships, it's when you can sprinkle gratitude on those that you love, verbally, through messages, through letters, through love notes, through physical touch, right? There's many different ways that you can show your love, through acts of service. I'm kind of going through the different love languages, acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch. There's so many ways that you can display your gratitude and your love for those around you. And so a thing that I like to do is think about, okay, who's one person that I want to just share a little bit of gratitude for? Just one person. And sometimes it's someone that's really close to me. Sometimes it's someone that I haven't thought of or talked to in a long time. And so I send them a little message. This is such a fun way to stay deeply connected to the relationships that are in your life, while also just filling yourself up with the frequency of gratitude. All right, step number 6, the last one. And, I challenge you before I go into this last one to make up more. Make up more for yourself, because this is just the beginning of my list, right? There's hundreds of gratitude tools that you can be using. And it really comes down to what works for you, what gets you the most excited, like what lights your fire up. And only you are going to be able to figure that out. So I challenge you to start to see other ways that you can be bringing more gratitude into your life. But for me, step number 6 is gratitude outdoors. And this is really where I go outside, I watch a sunrise or a sunset, I go for a hike, I jump in some water, I connect with the earth. When I can do this, it always immediately puts me into a state of gratitude, because I'm just in awe of the beauty that's around us. And, our world is changing really fast. the amount of nature that we have access to is becoming more and more limited. And this is the time to deeply take the time to connect with nature. And you might find that you develop such a beautiful relationship that you want to fight for nature and fight for the environment and help us get back on the right track altogether. But even if that isn't in your awareness or vision right now, that's totally fine. But just notice, as a human being, when you go out into nature, it is so much easier to connect with the state of gratitude. So get out there. I was just playing in the snow yesterday. I went out to Ohio to visit some family. Now I'm back in California and I'm looking out these windows and it's beautiful. There's like sun and a little sprinkle of rain. Whatever is out there, go experience it, feel it, and tap into that gratitude for what we do have on this planet. It's so abundant. So those are my 6 tools to tap into gratitude, to be grateful for what you already have here, and just notice what happens. Challenge yourself to do this one day for a week. If you're feeling super ambitious, see if you can do a gratitude practice every day for 30 days. They say it takes 30 days to create a change, to create a new pattern. See what is possible when you really implement gratitude into your life. And so as a gift, and I kind of shared, I do a lot of these practices in the morning. I find that when I do them in the morning, I can start my day off in the state of gratitude and continue it throughout the day. It's a little bit harder with all these distractions and work and relationships and technology and phone calls and social media, and there's so much going on all the time, right? And so it's harder to get back into that state of gratitude when we're so filled up and with distractions, really. And so I like to just start my entire day off very first thing with tapping into some of that gratitude and filling up my cup, starting my day from there. So to give you more tools about morning gratitude, I have a morning gratitude checklist for you. So go ahead and check it out and download it for free. The link is below. And I hope you have so much fun with it. So thank you so much for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. And if you want to check out any more videos, go ahead and tap the screen right there. I'll see you next time.